think one of the great sins of our age is its two-dimensional nature, is that whatever image we're presented with, we tend to take at face value, tend to accept that the person we're seeing on the screen is the way they appear to us because that is the way they are. And something about the way they are coming into the world is a sure thing to be manifested from some inner quality. So when you look at me, my friends who have been with me on this journey for a few years, first thing you'll notice is, my God, man, all the weight you've lost. And it's true, I have changed a great deal. Truth is, I hope to change a great deal more. But I've been seeing a lot of articles lately. I don't know why. Probably because I clicked on something I shouldn't have, and now the algorithm is onto me. All about these weight loss drugs that have come into the world in the last few years. And in particular, one of the things that's surprised and saddened me is this sort of sentiment I see expressed of discontent. And those of us who have found some success and done some hard work and lost a lot of weight or made some great change, somehow we have a sense that we have earned the things that are good about us. And somehow the fact that someone else got there by a shorter route cheapens what we've done. As though we are somehow an expression of those achievements. Like I said, this saddens me. I've lost, all told, a little over 360 pounds since I got started. I've never taken a weight loss drug, never felt the need. It has been suggested. Bariatric surgery has been suggested many times, and each time I said, nope, I'm going to try to figure this out. To say that I did is true. However, it's not as true as saying I kept trying. And eventually, I found the right help that got me on my way. Because I didn't do this on my own. I'm not standing on my own shoulders. Coming to you today, less than half the man I was 5 years ago. Instead, I've been extremely fortunate and visited by grace. And I can measure it in a few ways. Some time ago, I told the story of the first moment, really, that I can trace back to this change. The moment when I decided, not this, not anymore. The moment where I picked a why and started striding towards it, stumbling towards it, falling towards it. It's a little story I called A Vow to Live, and it's over on my Substack if you're curious about it. To briefly summarize, it tells a story of how I got to rock bottom of my health, how I realized it was affecting my wife, and how I picked a reason to live, something to live for the first time, consciously chosen. I came home from that experience from the hospital, and as I had always been given, was put in front of me opportunities for help, diets I could try, techniques I could follow. And I always thought I was too smart for them before. But I wasn't too smart. The truth was I was too scared. Or maybe it wasn't that at all. Maybe I was too proud. They say that pride is the gravest of all sins, and I think I see why. Because it blinds us not only to ourselves, but to others. and to the help that may be available. If we believe we don't need it, we won't seek it. If we don't seek it, we surely will not find it. On the other side of that is, of course, humbleness. A sort of humor, an acknowledgement that I am not all that I could be. But also a lightness that says, oh well, we'll keep trying. We'll keep looking. And so when I came home with a reason to live, I started looking at the things that were already facing me with different eyes, and I started saying yes. And I tried a ketogenic diet, and it helped me. I didn't stay on the ketogenic diet. I didn't need the diet. What I needed were the things I learned from it. I started trying new things, and I accepted that in order to get some physical activity in my life, I would have to tolerate an embarrassing reality that I couldn't bear to be on my feet for more than about 3 minutes at a time because I was in so much pain. Well, rather than living in denial of that, I decided to accept it. And I planned a walking route in my world where I could stop and rest my back every 3 minutes. And that's what I did. I did that for months. Eventually it was every 4 minutes, and every 5, and every 10. A few years later, a couple 100 pounds later, I got to the point where I could be on my feet indefinitely. And I cannot tell you how liberating of a feeling that was to someone who was in a prison cell of a body for so many years. What point am I trying to arrive to? The help is around you, just like it's around me. But it requires you to soften to receive it. I'm going to recommit to not being so hard, to not being so heavy, to allowing the unexpected delights to filter in. Not through the screens and not through a candy bar wrapper or whatever the various modes of escape we all understand, but through the people and forces and, well, you know. If you soften your heart and open your eyes, you can name them too. And to all those who've lost any amount of weight, had any amount of success from surgery, medication, I say good for you. Getting the help you need to make you and your life better. Make life better for your family, friends, people who love you. It's a loving act to love yourself. Airplane flying overhead. Got distracted. Go get that help. Now I'm gonna go find some. I'll catch y'all later.